Most people like to believe they're pretty smart, but intelligence isn't always revealed by how much you know. Sometimes it shows up in what you do when you're wrong, challenged, or faced with something you don't understand. And that's where things get interesting. Because some habits that feel like confidence can actually reveal the opposite. Here are 5 signs you may not be as smart as you think. And the last one is something most people notice in others, but rarely notice in themselves. 1. Overconfidence. Think about the last time you were completely sure you were right. Someone disagreed with you, and instead of wondering if they had a point, you immediately started thinking about how to prove them wrong. When you know a little about something, it can sometimes feel like you know everything you need to know. But smart thinking leaves room for one uncomfortable possibility. I could be wrong. 2. Refusing to change your mind. Someone gives you new information that challenges something you believe. Do you actually consider it, or immediately search for a reason to reject it? Changing your mind can feel like losing an argument. But if better information changes your opinion, you didn't lose. You learned something. The problem begins when protecting your ego becomes more important than getting closer to the truth. But the next sign is much easier to see in other people than in yourself. 3. Blaming others. Whenever something goes wrong, there's always someone else to blame. Maybe it's your boss, your friends, your family, or just bad luck. And of course, not everything is under your control. But if every failure is someone else's fault, you never have to ask the uncomfortable question, what part of this was mine? Without that question, the same mistakes can keep following you into different situations. 4. Oversimplifying everything. Some people seem to have an answer for everything. Relationships, money, careers, other people's problems. Somehow, everything seems simple. People are either good or bad, right or wrong, and something either always works or never does. Simple answers feel satisfying, but real life is rarely that clean. Recognizing complexity doesn't mean you're confused. Sometimes it means you understand there's more to the story. And the final sign is something you might be doing in almost every conversation without even realizing it. 5. Not really listening. Think about the last important conversation you had. Were you actually listening, or were you already preparing what you wanted to say next? Sometimes you keep talking about your own thoughts and opinions without really giving the other person a chance to be heard. And that's the difference between simply having a conversation and actually trying to understand someone. Smart people know they don't have all the answers. They listen, ask questions, and they're comfortable admitting when they don't know something. Not knowing something doesn't make you less intelligent. Thinking you already know enough can. So think about these 5 again. Which one do you catch yourself doing most? Be honest with yourself and let me know in the comments.